everyone has heard the term biodiversity before. It describes the variety of life, the different animals, the different plants, the microorganisms, the genes they contain, and the ecosystems or habitats they form. So what's agricultural biodiversity then? Well, it's pretty much the same thing as biodiversity, but it deals with organisms directly related to agriculture, such as crops, livestock, and pests like insects and weeds. By contrast, the term agricultural diversity refers specifically to the diversity of crops, both wild and domestic. High biodiversity is desirable and important. Problem is, we're losing agricultural diversity in Alberta and around the world. How come we're losing diversity? The problem's not new. It started when the demand for crop products increased around the world, and the need for crops with high yields got bigger. Well, crops with high yields are good, right? Yes and no. Take wheat, for example, the main crop grown in Alberta. Wheat crops are being grown in monocultures. In a monoculture, all plants are grown and bred to be identical clones, to produce higher yield and be less susceptible to certain diseases. One field of wheat is identical to another field of wheat. One crop of wheat is identical to another crop of wheat. This is why there's no diversity between them, no genetic variety at all. So yes, wheat in a monoculture is good, because these crops produce more. They're cheaper to grow, and they make more money for the farmer and the agricultural business. So, what's wrong with the higher wheat yield? It's cheaper to grow and there's more money for the farmer. Shouldn't everyone be happy? Well, here's the problem. In order to achieve that, as mentioned before, we lose genetic diversity, along with species diversity and ecosystem diversity. And that is a big deal. In Alberta, the main crops are wheat, barley, canola, and tame hay. They're all grown in monocultures. Monocultures, because of their lack of diversity, are actually more susceptible to pests and diseases. They also erode the soil and decrease its fertility, so it's harder and harder to maintain the high yields. Alberta isn't the only places where monocultures are grown. They're grown around the world. So, you get the picture. We're losing agricultural diversity here, there, and everywhere. We need diversity to maintain soil fertility and improve agricultural product qualities and yields, so we can eat and keep eating. We need diversity to have the materials to develop many medicines and industrial products, so we can be healthy and comfortable. Greater diversity ensures natural sustainability for all life forms, ours included. Get the picture? Losing biodiversity is important, so I decided to try and raise awareness. You've probably heard of something called the butterfly effect. I'll explain it. When a small butterfly flaps its wings in Alberta, it can cause a tornado in the US, which is the largest importer of all Canadian wheat, Japan being the second. The big idea is, doing something small can snowball into something larger. Trust me, preserving diversity is a big deal. Diversity is the foundation that supports life on our planet. Being alive is good. Support biodiversity.